So I am sitting here today with my grandmother, Johnie May Moore. Today we'll be talking about family traditions, traditions she learned from her family, traditions she hopes to pass on to us, and just her experiences. So to begin, Grandma Johnie, what are the traditions that your family passed on to you?
What category do you want to start with?
I think food is a big one for our family.
Okay. A standard as far as everyday meals. My mother would alternate and cook different things Monday through Thursday. But on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it was specific. It was a given. You knew what you were going to have. So as I grew up and I got married and got my own family, I adopted those traditions. So I'm pretty much mimicking what my mother did growing up, and I've tried to instill that in my daughter. My daughter does not follow all the traditions. That's our tradition as far as food and cooking goes.
Do you know how the tradition started?
Well, it started with my great-grandmother, and her name was Cora Brown, and she used to cook the same thing, and she passed it on to her daughter, whose name was Janie Burns, and Janie Burns passed it on to my mother, Ruth Sherman, and I tried to pass it on to my daughter. And hopefully she'll, along with me, will pass it on to my granddaughter, Jasmine Cohen.
And I heard a bit of what you said earlier about how with moms the tradition really wasn't sticking as much. Do you have any idea why she may not have the same food traditions that you and your mother had?
Yes, because a lot of things that we have, my daughter does not like. There are things she just doesn't like. Her taste buds just doesn't care for. And she doesn't do it to break tradition. She just truly does not like the taste or smell of collard greens. So that's basically why she kind of broke tradition on a few things, but she still cooked the other things that we do. She just doesn't like them, so she doesn't cook them.
So would you recommend adjusting certain recipes so that the aspect of the collard greens and Papa John's continues even though she doesn't like cooking it themselves?
Well, I'm hoping that's where you come in. I'm hoping that you will adopt this. Now, maybe in the future she will start. If she meets someone that likes these things, she may start. But as of right now, no, she doesn't. So my hope right now lies in my son's wife, when and if he gets one, are you, are your children.
That's interesting. Are there any food traditions you hope to pass on to us? Because I know you did the pineapple upside-down cake. You'd always done the monkey bread when we wanted monkey bread. Are there any specific food traditions you started that you want to pass on to me, Sam, and William?
Yes. Actually, my father did not eat pork, and it wasn't a religious thing. I never had pork growing up. My mother never cooked it.
Well, I really enjoyed talking with you today about traditions concerning food, just because I know it's a lot of the things that I experience or that I've seen or that I just walk by, but I don't think we've ever actually had the chance to talk about these things and, flesh them out.
And we haven't. We will say things or we will tell you stories about growing up, but we've never really sat down, discussed it like we're discussing it. But it was wonderful talking with you.
Thank you for being available to have this conversation.
So it's so refreshing that you did this interview, and that's what you chose. And I'm very proud of you for that.